Now the idea of my game is for my Pac-Man to eat the pieces of fruit. So what I need to do is to be able to count how many pieces of fruit he's eaten, so that, for example, I can end the game when he's eaten all the pieces of fruit, i.e. when the fruit count reaches 9, because that's how many pieces of fruit I've got. So in order to do that, I need a variable. So I'm going to click on variables, and I'm going to choose make a variable. What this will do, will store and remember how many pieces of fruit the Pac-Man eats. Now they've got lots of pieces of fruit, so it needs to be available for all my sprites. So I'm going to click on OK, and you can see I've got a fruit count here, and I've put that in the border there so that it's out of the way. Over here you can see I've got various options. Now I've got set my fruit count to 0, change my fruit count, show it and hide it, and so on. What I want it to do is to add 1 to it each time the Pac-Man hits a piece of fruit. To do that, I need to go into the individual pieces of fruit. So I've gone into grapes 1, and I need it to increment, that's add 1 to the fruit count when it's touching my Pac-Man. So I'm going to choose when clicked, and I want it to do it if and only if the Pac-Man touches the piece of fruit. So I need to go to sensing, I want touching, so forever if this grapes is touching my Pac-Man, and back to variables, I want to change the fruit count by 1. I can change it by more than 1 if I want, just by clicking in there. I can make it change to 10, for example, if it was health and I was recording, I could do that, but because it's a count, I just want it to change by 1. The other thing I want it to do is to make the pieces of fruit disappear as the Pac-Man eats them. So that's under looks, so I need to click on looks, and then I need to hide it, like so. Now if I play that, you can see as the Pac-Man hits the bunches of grapes, the grapes disappear and the fruit count's gone up by 1. Now if I start my game again, position that, start my game again, you can see my game started with a fruit count of 1 and with that bunch of grapes missing. Well, that's not what I want, so I need to make sure I create my starting values. To do that, I'm just going to break open this here, and I want to make my fruit show when the green flag is clicked. So what this means is all the fruit will show, but if the Pac-Man touches this particular bunch of grapes, the fruit count will change by 1 and then it will hide. So the other thing I need to do is to make sure it starts at 0. So I'm going to go into the stage, click on control, choose when clicked, and to variables I need to set the fruit count to 0 so it always starts at 0. So now if I just move my Pac-Man back, play, you can see not only did the bunch of grapes reappear, but the fruit count set to 0. That's right now. So what I want to do is to have the same script in every single piece of fruit. So if I go to the grapes, I don't want to have to create it all again, so I can just right click here and choose duplicate, and I get a whole new set of scripts. So you can see the grey box around that orange as I move. If I click there and click in the orange, you'll see that that script is there now. I seem to have got it twice. I did that twice, so I'll just move one of those onto the banana. Come on. Doesn't seem to want to let me do that. Well, that one should have it anyway. That one doesn't. Let's try that again. So I'll just duplicate, drop it on the grapes 2. That's better. Looks like it's working now. Duplicate, drop it on grapes 3, and so on. So because banana's got it twice, come on banana, I'll just get rid of that. So orange has got it twice as well. So we've got orange done, banana, yeah, grapes 1, grapes 2, grapes 3. Right, that's as far as I've got. So if I right click there and duplicate, drop that on the banana, and again duplicate that banana, duplicate onto that orange, and last time duplicate onto that orange. So hopefully I've got the script once in each of my pieces of fruit. That looks right. So now if I start my game, I can position, and you can see my orange count and my fruit count is going up, and each time I eat a piece of fruit, my fruit count goes up. Whoops. And what I can do then is stop the game, and I'll show you how to do that later. Stop the game when I've eaten all my pieces of fruit. If I then restart my game, you can see all the fruit reappears and the fruit count goes back up to 0.